Are you leaving now?
Yes, we are, Laura.
You can tell Luke Spencer for me that I'm going to personally kill him when I see him, and you can tell him that verbatim.
All right.
You can also tell him we're going to be at the Floating Rib. I want him there, and I want detailed information.
I'll try to remember that.
Be sure you do. Edward?
Good night, Laura.
Good night, Mr. Quartermain. Good night, Miss Quartermain.
Well, I don't know why he's being so cavalier about the whole thing. Doesn't he realize that the slightest bit of information is important to us?
Not entirely, no. Give me your coat.
Well, I'm going to change that attitude real quick. When I come face to face with him, he's going to know not to leave his dangling ever again.
Speak for yourself, Alex. I don't feel like I'm dangling at all.
Oh, Edward, you know, you can be just as irritating as Luke sometimes.
Secret of my charm, dear. Smooth.
Well, I hope so. I'm looking for Alexandria Quartermain.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid that you're too late.
She's left already?
Yes, everyone's gone for the day, including Miss Quartermain.
Well, so you're here all alone then?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Scorpio.
Correct.
It's a very unusual name. You're a friend of Miss Quartermain's?
Oh, yes, we're all friends. We haven't seen each other for quite a while, though, however.
Was she expecting you?
No, I decided to surprise her.
Oh, I see. Well, then it's a personal matter rather than business.
Well, truthfully, it's a little bit of both. Look, do you know where I can find her? I mean, where does she go when she pulls out of here?
Well, she and her uncle left together just a little while ago. I think that they said that they were going to go have dinner somewhere.
This the Quartermain office?
Yes, it is. Can I help you?
Yes, we were sent from the Port Charles Zoo to pick up a rattlesnake. You're supposed to be donating to it.
Oh, this is where we're from, the zoo.
Yes, I gathered.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a Christmas present that somebody sent to Miss Quartermain as a joke or something.
Yes, of course. We're holding it here in the office for you.
Hang about. Do I understand it that somebody sent Alexandria a rattlesnake for Christmas?
Yes. What else can you get a girl who has everything? I fed it yesterday afternoon, the last time. I also have a book on the care and feeding of snakes if you'd like to take it along with you.
No, thanks. Just the snake.
Well, here you are. He's all yours.
All right.
Well, first you got to sign this release.
Oh, all right. This gift is a gift in the perpetuity of the Port Charles Zoo. I'm sure there won't be any objection to my signing that. I'm sure that Alex doesn't want to see that snake again. All right. There you go. Goodbye.
Bye.
I'm sure it must seem very odd to you.
Knowing Alex as I do, it doesn't seem odd at all. I'd be quite interested to find out what she's trying to buy, or should I say steal now. Tell me, what world commodity has she decided to corner the market in this time?
I wouldn't know, Mr. Scorpio. I am just a receptionist here.
Oh, I'm sure your talents extend far beyond that, Miss...
I'll be happy to give your card to Miss Quartermain first thing tomorrow morning.
Look, maybe it'd be better if we could talk about it over a drink this evening. You're free.
Thank you, but no.
Ah, pity. Tomorrow, perhaps.
Mr. Scorpio, I don't go out on dates. I'm a married woman.
Really? I always find it fascinating that married women who don't wear wedding rings sort of tells a guy something.
Well, you're free to draw whatever conclusions you like.
Look, if it'd make it any easier for you, perhaps you could think of yourself maybe as on the verge of being an unmarried woman. That way you could act accordingly.
What's going on? Are you thinking of going into the diamond business?
Dan, I really don't know what I'm thinking of, and I don't even know what business I'm in right now, but wherever I am, I'm in over my head.
Well, I'm not surprised. You're moving in very exalted circles.
Yeah. I'll tell you the truth. I've been stung by Mr. Scorpio myself. And it didn't happen in Australia. It was right here in Port Charles.
You mean he's here now?
Mm-hmm. He sure is. And, ooh, I would love to even that score, but, you know, after the Frank Smith thing, I really can't afford to make any more permanent enemies.
Well, my advice to you, then, is to face up to the man. He's a pretty upfront fella, unless he's been crossed or conned by someone. That's when he usually stings a little. And of course, you can't really blame him for that, can you?
Now, wait a minute. Is that what happened to you? Did you try to con this guy?
Oh, no. It was a little more complicated than that.
Well, would you mind telling me?
Well, in international financial circles, people sometimes try to cut corners a little too sharply. And they tend to spin out. That's what happened to me. I spun out when I tried to bypass Scorpio in a business deal. Of course, at the time I was working for Lamont Corbin. So I had no other choice.
Well, as I understand, Mr. Corbin's pretty famous for cutting corners.
Yeah, that's true. But I'll tell you one thing, Luke. Scorpio never held a grudge against me for it. He just made it very clear that I should never try to pull a stunt like that again. And I haven't. Maybe that'll give you an idea of what kind of a man he is.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. Thank you, Dan, very much.
I hope I helped. But the best advice I can give you is never let it come to a showdown.
Yeah. I'm sure you're right, Dan, but I'm afraid it's already gone too far for that.
What the devil?
We meet again, Mr. Scorpio. This time, please note who's holding the hardware. Close the door.
You, mind if I turn on the light? I don't like doing business in the dark.
Suit yourself. Join me. Sit down. Slowly. I took the liberty of taking your phone off the hook. It was a little trick that I've learned from you, you know, and I don't want to be disturbed.
What do you want?
Information. Just like you wanted when you came to my apartment. The only difference is I don't have a backup man, you see. There is no one hiding, waiting to lay iron to your head when I play. I try to play fair.
And you won't play long, I can assure you. You're probably in over your head already.
We'll see, won't we? As I review the minutes of our last meeting, I find that we really didn't come to an agreeable price about my information.
What information, Spencer?
Well, I'll tell you something. I was bluffing then. However, this is no bluff.
Where did you get that?
So simple. So simple. Next time you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in a firearm, I suggest you put it somewhere safer than a briefcase. Any low-life thug can pick a lock. You're real lucky I ain't a thief.
Then what are you? Exactly.
Maybe I'll tell you when I find out what you are. Exactly.
If I light a cigarette,
Very much bad for your health. Please keep your hands where I can see them.
I'd feel a lot more comfortable if you put down the gun.
Your comfort is not my top priority at the moment.
I might feel more like talking, too.
I'm sure you would. Nevertheless, I'll hold the gun.
As you wish. For the moment, you have the advantage of me. But things have a way of equalizing themselves over a period of time. You mind if I take off my coat?
Your joint. Be comfortable. Do it slowly, please. Slowly. There's no need to be tense, Mr. Scorpio. I'm telling you the truth. I'm all alone here. There's nobody waiting to put a blackjack to the back of your head.
Well, you probably won't believe this, but I regretted having to do that the other night. I don't like violence. Some of my friends do.
Uh-huh. You're right. I don't believe you. Not for a moment. If you distaste violence, I suggest you move in a gentler circle.
We can't always choose our companions, can we, Spencer? Business, like politics, breeds weird bedfellows. I move in a violent circle of people. They feel they have to practice their talents from time to time in order to stay in tune.
Practicing and staying in tune. I suggest they take up the piano. Put that glove down.
There was nothing personal in what happened the other night.
I had a huge lump on the back of my head in an apartment that looked like it was thrown in a blender. I have difficulty finding that impersonal.
It's a matter of expediency. I tried to find something, and that was all there was to it.
What were you looking for?
I told you, information.
All right, sit down. I'm tired of this fencing. I'm tired of this game. Now, I want information, too, all right? Let's play my way this time. I got questions I want answered.
Go.
Yes, go on. Number one, and most primarily, I want to know what the hell this ice princess really is.
And I thought you knew all about it now, didn't I? I mean, that's what you let me understand.
Oh, come on. You didn't know for a minute. You didn't think I knew anything. You knew I was bluffing. Come on. Okay, I was bluffing then. I have a little more information now. Now, I want you to tell me exactly what the hell this ice princess really is, because it sure ain't no diamond mine.
I always think a conversation like this goes a lot better over a drink. I have a fairly well-stocked cabinet back there. Is there something I could tempt you with?
Nothing at all.
Well, I know you drink. I mean, you offered me a little something at the last meeting.
Oh, Mr. Scorpio, that's a very tired old Dodge. It was tired and smelly when I used it. It ain't got no younger.
What's so menacing about a brandy?
You better forget that now. There must be something in that cabinet very interesting. Much more interesting than brandy, or you wouldn't be headed there. No, sir. No, sit down. Sit down.
As you wish.
Yes, as I wish, exactly as I wish. What I wish is that we get something very clear between us. I want to know what you know about the Ice Princess.
And what makes you think I'd tell a small-time jerk like you?
This.
I wonder.
Oh, do you? Do you wonder if it's loaded? Don't do that, pal, because believe me, this is loaded.
No. I wonder about something entirely different.
What?
Whether you got the guts for it or not. You ever killed a man, Spencer? In cold blood. Reckon you could do it now.
Shall we find out together? Ooh, we will. Unless you start talking. Now.
Have a nice evening.
Yeah, you too. Oh, sorry, Mr. Scorpio, it's you. I didn't expect to see you twice in one day.
No, I thought you had to dash off to some birthday party.
Yes, I did. And I'm back already.
Right little glutton for work, aren't you?
Well, Alex asked me to come back to take a phone call. What are you doing here?
I thought I might catch Luke Spencer in.
Not at this hour.
Oh, look, I thought you might be working late. I don't know.
No, Luke isn't much on working past 5.
Look, it's important that I get a message to him. I'm very anxious to speak to him.
Why? What's wrong? Is he in some kind of trouble?
Maybe.
Is he in danger?
I think we're all in danger at the moment. Look, it is late. I think I should be giving you a lift home.
I really don't know about that.
No strings attached, I promise.
All right. I have a few questions to ask you.
Good. My car's parked right outside.
You said he was in danger.
No. I said we're all in danger.
From what?
Oh, look, it's too complicated a story, and I don't really want to go into it tonight.
You know, that's really not fair. You say that we're in danger, and then you just drop it? What did you mean when you said that you and Alex were friendly enemies?
Look, I'm not going to go into it out in the hallway here. Which of these places is yours?
That's mine. You can come in for a few minutes, but just a few minutes. I'm a working girl, got to get up early in the morning.
No one keep you long.
All right. I also have to make a phone call to my dad. I hope you won't mind waiting while I do.
Oh, sure.
All right. I'll have to warn you about my door. It sticks sometimes. And it is now. Thank you.
Lord, do you have to go through this every time you come home?
I'm afraid so. Coming and going. You'll have to excuse the way the place looks. I don't have much time to straighten it up before I leave for work in the morning.
Looks great.
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah. My head had a run-in with the telephone earlier. It's all right.
Is there anything I can do for you?
You should let me sit down.
Yes, of course. Please do. You all right?
Yeah, that's great.
Are you sure you're all right?
Oh, yeah. I will be.
What happened? How did you get hit on the head?
Good question. I got clumsy.
Well, I have to call my father. And he is a doctor, so I can ask him about it. As a matter of fact, he has a clinic that's close to here.
Look, Laura, I don't need a bloody doctor.
Oh, right. That's what everybody says. And then they keel over and die on you.
Look, I'm not going to die, least of all in here.
Dad, hi.
Hi, sweetheart.
I wasn't sure that you'd be there. How was Diana?
She's going to be just fine. Where are you, sweetheart?
I just got home. I had to go back to the office tonight. And I met a man there who was kind enough to drive me home. But he was hit on the head. And he says that he's feeling a little bit dizzy, and I just wondered what you thought.
Is there any swelling?
I don't know. I'll check. Any swelling?
Oh, yeah. A lump.
Or not? Yes, there is.
Well, I think any injury to the head should be checked on. Look, why don't I stop by and just take a look?
Oh, that's great, Dad. I appreciate it.
In the meantime, you tell your friend to put some ice on it.
All right. I'll see you soon. Thank you. He's coming by to check on you, but he said in the meantime to put some ice on it.
Oh, you're practically Florence Nightingale.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want you to get a concussion or anything like that. I'll make you up an ice pack.
Look, I'm sorry to be such a bore.
Oh, you're not. You're a friend of Luke's. Certainly the least I can do. Why don't you sit down? Why don't you sit here?
Thank you.
So, you say that you're a friend of Luke's. I've known him for quite some time. I've never heard him mention you. Is that okay?
Really, that's fine.
Well, where did you meet him? You known him very long?
Well, to be honest, we've only met very recently.
I see. You know something? I'm not crazy about people telling me that my friends are in danger and then just dropping the subject. You know, I think if you know something, it'd be very nice if you told us about it.
Well, look, perhaps danger was a little bit heavy.
But it was the word that you used.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? Look, I'm sure you know that the Quartermains are involved in international finance.
Of course I know that.
And, well, that's my business as well. Luke works for the Quartermains, as do you, Laura. And what I meant was that we're all in a very dangerous business. We work with a lot of very competitive people who will stop at nothing at all, to win. That's what I meant.
I see. Mr. Scorpio, can I tell you something? Very
Go ahead.
frankly.
Go ahead.
Good. I think you're a liar. And a bad one at that. As a matter of fact, if my father weren't coming over here right now to take care of you, I'd kick you out right now. You're not telling me the truth, and I don't appreciate it. Dad, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Hey. Oh, Dad, could you give it a shove? You know, how it's stitched and everything?
Yeah.
That's-
Stuck, huh?
Yeah, real hard. Go.
Don't push too hard and knock it down on you.
Okay, push.
All right.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Think you ought to get it fixed.
Yes, I know. I've had the same idea. Come on in.
Hey, would you just sit down? Just relax.
Dad, this is Robert Scorpio. This is my father, Dr. Richard Weber.
I'm very pleased to meet you, Scorpio.
All right.
Now, look, this is all very unnecessary. I'm quite all right.
Well, I don't think we should take any chances with a head wound. Let's see what you've got there.
Dad, would you like me to fix you something? A cup of tea?
No, thank you very much, honey. Is that where the point of impact was?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
It's quite a large bump. How did it happen?
Very suddenly.
Well, let's see how you are. Look right into the light. Track my finger. I think you'll be fine. Headache?
Slight one.
I'd suggest that you go home and go to bed. And don't do any driving tonight.
I've got my car downstairs.
Well, why don't you take a cab and you can pick the car up tomorrow morning?
Oh, okay. With the doctor. Look, could I phone a cab?
I'll do it. Just sit there.
I'll do it for you.
I'll get it for you, hon. I gotta get back to the clinic.
Oh, do you have patients tonight?
No, but I want people to know that we're open, so I figure if I stay there, keep the lights on late, get the idea. Yes, I'd like a cab. Yes, 1310 Dwyer Street,
Yeah.
please.
I'm glad you're all right.
Yeah, well, it's about decent of your father to come out and...
Shouldn't you just sit down and rest until the cab comes? Yeah.
That's right. Okay, thank you very much. Well, that's taken care of. I better get going.
Well, thanks once again, Doctor.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You're most welcome.
Thank you, Dad.
All right, sweetheart. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. See that? See? It opens perfectly sometimes.
It's very simple. It's an eccentric door.
I know.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, Mr. Scorpio.
Good night, Doc.
Well, hello, Dr. Weber.
Luke, what are you doing here?
I live here. Upstairs. Good night, sir.
How's that ice bag? You need some more ice in there?
I think it's about done its job.
Oh, I think you should keep it on there until the cab comes.
Look, if I leave my car here overnight, is it going to be safe out there?
No. But I guess you're just going to have to take the chance. You know, you haven't been too specific about what happened. How is it that your head got in the way of the telephone?
Well, look, I don't want to alarm you, but what happened? And this is the truth. I ran into a man just about over there. He was holding a telephone on me.
I see. You were mugged.
I guess you could call it that. But he didn't get what he wanted.
Oh, well, that's good. But you could have been hurt.
Yeah, I guess so, but you know what they say. God protects fools and drunks, so I should live forever.
Well, at least it didn't affect your sense of humor.
You must have a pretty good sense of humor yourself to live in a place like this. I mean, what's a lovely girl like you living in this slum?
I'm making it on my own. And it's not always easy.
No, I'll bet.
This place is all I can afford. And I'm sort of training myself to be content with it.
That's good. That's really good. You'll do just fine, Laura.
Who is it?
Over, Kathy.
Yes, just a second. I'll be right there. Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, look, I'm fine.
All right.
Look, after I get over this, would you reconsider coming out and having dinner with me again?
I mind.
Good. I feel it's the least I can do, considering the trouble you've gone to.
Well, you drove me home. I'd say we're even. Anyway, when you're feeling better, give me a call at the office.
Definitely.
Hey, I know you, right?
Yeah, hello there.
You're Doc Weber's daughter.
That's right. What a coincidence.
Cabba's just downstairs.
Oh, it's not for me. It's for this gentleman right here.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Oh, Robert, I'd like you to meet Slick Jones.
Hi.
We met at the opening of my father's clinic. This is Robert Scorpio.
Look, I'd like to thank you once again. Laura, for the trouble you've gone to.
Just don't go bumping into anything else, all right?
Yeah, I'll work really hard on it.
Right over here.
Good night.
Night.
Hello?
Laura, it's Dad. I just wanted to make sure that your friend got away all right.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I just saw him out.
Good. I wanted to check, make sure he'd followed doctor's orders, and that you were all right.
Yes, Dad. I'm fine. Thank you for caring about me. Who is it?
It's me.
What do you want?
I want to talk to you. Are you all right?
Of course I'm all right. Wait a second. Oh, could you keep the door shut? You know, hot stick.
Beginning to feel like a bad wolf, you know. All right, huffing and puffing and blowing.
Nice of you to fall by.
This door is a real deterrent to burglars. Look, I ran into your father in the hall a little while ago, and he had his medical bag with him. So I was wondering if you're sick.
No, I'm fine.
Oh, so it was just, a social visit, huh?
Right.
Well, I don't think he was too thrilled. I told him I live upstairs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really? Why didn't you tell him?
I didn't see the necessity of it. He trusts me. Besides, when I'm ready to tell people, I will. Right now, it's nobody's business.
Keeping a few skeletons in your attic, aren't you?
Only on the 3rd floor.
You have really changed.
How do I seem different?
Independent. You're especially independent of me. Look, I called the office earlier because I thought maybe I'd give you a ride home or something, but they said you'd already left.
Yeah, I went back there twice, and the second time I got a ride home.
With a friend?
Enemies don't usually provide transportation, do they?
Well, not the kind of transportation you want. Do you mind telling me who this friend is?
Yeah, I do.
Oh. Do you have a cup of something to warm the cockles of my heart, or whatever my cockles hold out?
Yeah. I'll make you a cup of coffee, 1 cup of coffee, and then you're going to have to go, because I have to go to bed.
Instant coffee?
No, it's not instant coffee. My father gave me a coffee maker for Christmas. And try it out. For 1 cup. And then you have to leave.
I'll leave. I'll leave.
Okay.
All right.
You know, I have this feeling that something's going on with you. But I guess I won't say anything until I get all the facts straight.
I got a better idea. Don't say anything at all. I've told you that before.
Yes, I know what you've told me. And I'm not
Good
going...
coffee.
Thank you.
Listen, I am concerned about the doctor being here.
Why? He's my father.
Yeah, but hey, come on, he had that little black medical bag.
Well, he is a doctor, and that is one of the tools of his trade.
Oh, come on, he doesn't carry that bag around with him everywhere he goes like a purse. He doesn't. If you weren't sick, why did he bring his medical bag?
Okay, if you really want to know, I'll tell you. A friend of mine was over here, and he had a slight accident. He was feeling a little bit dizzy, and my dad came over to see if he's all right, and he's fine now.
Hey, male friend?
That's right. You seem surprised. Did you expect my life to stop just because you rejected me?
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. You got that shoe on the wrong foot.
Yeah, well, whatever happened, whoever did what, I'm sure we'll never agree on it. But, you know, the world does keep going around. And there are a lot of other men in it. And every once in a blue moon, one of them looks my way. I guess that must surprise you.
Doesn't surprise me a bit. I could care less. I mean, I've been looking your way for years.
Have you finished your coffee?
Just about. You want to give me another cup?
No. I really wouldn't. I hate to be rude, but it is getting kind of late, you know, and I should be getting to bed.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to overstay my welcome in this place. You, have sweet dreams. Whoever you're dreaming about.
Same to you. Good night.
Good night.
Well, fancy meeting you then.
I don't think it's fancy. I live here.
In the hallway outside of Laura's apartment? Can't be too comfortable, kid. What are you doing here? Borrowing a cup of sugar or returning it?
What are you doing here? You got some business, or is this the 10 p.m. show where you come in, do a few jokes, and shuffle off to a classier neighborhood?
Actually, I just wanted to explain something.
All right. Pull up a step. Explain away.
I just want you to understand that the ice princess that Scorpio is referring to is simply the boundary papers that we've been telling you about all along. Now, you don't think I would be stupid enough to steal them and then send you on after them now, do you?
I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but, Alex, hell, life doesn't make a lot of sense to me most of the time.
We'd also like to know if you're still going to be working for us. I mean, you walked right out of the floating rib without saying anything, and, well, we'd kind of like to know.
Well, look, I'm on the payroll, and I'm willing to stay there. But I'm not willing to stay there just to be lied to, you know. Now, Edward said that the two of you were not prepared to tell me the details of the Ice Princess. Well, I don't know what the hell that means, you see. So all I can do is I can check around on my own and then we'll talk.
Well, when am I going to see you?
When I have something to say to you, I'll report in. Now, I have had a very intense day. I'm real tired. I'm going up to sleep. I suggest you trot off home and do the same. Good night. See you later, kid.
Please tell me that you're there. I don't believe it. Mr. Buchan? Oh, I've never been so glad to hear anyone's voice in my life. It's the phone system. I keep disconnecting people. Yeah, it's been one of those mornings already. Anyway, they're not in right now, so I have to take a message. All right, then I'll just have them call you back. All right. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. Mr. Scorpio, good morning.
Good morning, Laura. And I wish you'd call me Robert. My close friends do.
I wouldn't say that we're close friends.
Oh, come on now. After what you did the other night?
How's the lump on your head?
The lump on my head is fine.
How are your eyes?
And so are my eyes. I went straight home last night, did exactly what the doctor said, and had a full 10 hours sleep. Your father's a great doctor, but his treatments are rather boring.
It worked, though, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. No sign of concussion whatsoever. Also, I don't seem to have any sort of a bill from the good doctor. How do I go about settling my account?
Are you really concerned about paying my father?
Why else would I be here?
Looking for Alexandria Quartermain. I suspect that you haven't seen her yet.
I told you. I followed doctor's orders and went straight home to bed.
She isn't in.
Alex, you mean?
Oh, you must be a friend. You call her by her first name.
Why, what do you call her by?
Miss Quartermain.
She never did like competition from other women, especially attractive blondes.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
It's quite all right.
I call her Miss Quartermain because she is my boss.
Ah, out of respect, of course.
Something like that.
Yes, well, she is a woman to respect, Laura. She has made an enormous impact in certain business circles internationally.
Yes, so I've heard.
Now, what about the address?
What address?
Where I can find your father.
You're serious?
Well, of course I'm serious. I mean, he put himself out last night. The least I can do is honor the debt.
Oh, I see you're a man of honor.
You read me well.
I'm trying to.
The address.
All right, Mr. Scorpio.
Robert.
You can find my father either at General Hospital, he's on staff there, or else he has his own clinic on the waterfront. I'm sure he'd accept a small donation.
Fair enough.
He is going to be very surprised, though, I'm sure. I think you're going to be the first patient who ever went looking for the doctor to pay the bill.
Well, as I said, I like to pay my debts and honor my obligations. I also feel I have an obligation towards you.
Me?
Yeah. You see, I have a rather bad habit of carrying too much cash on me now. When you're stumbling around the waterfront, in the case of the dizzy spells and a pocket full of money, it's not a good combination, so I thank you again.
You're welcome, Robert.
That's better.
Well, you did say that your close friends called you that, and,
Yeah.
if we are as close as you seem to feel, how about being straight with a friend?
All right, I'll try.
What did you mean when you said that we were all in danger?
Well,
Good morning, Laura.
Miss Maria. Good morning. Good to see you. You too.
Well, if it isn't Robert Scorpio.
hello, Alex. I haven't seen you since the price of gold was in the cellar.
Since when did you concern yourself with the price of gold?
Since I became cautious about the value of diamonds.
Robert, I don't believe you've met my uncle, Edward Quartermain.
I'm very pleased to meet you, sir. Your reputation precedes you.
As does yours, Mr. Scorpio.
Scorpio will be fine.
Intriguing name.
I try to do it justice.
How was your flight in from Sydney?
Well, as it was over a month ago, I'm having difficulty remembering.
What a coincidence that we should end up in the same city.
Yes, isn't it?
Actually, I'm a little surprised that you didn't look me up sooner.
Yes, well, I've been busy.
I can imagine.
I had intended to get in touch, though, ever since I exchanged scrapes with an employee of yours called Luke Spencer.
Well, it has been a long, long time. I'm sure we've got a lot to catch up on. Why don't we exit into my office?
I thought you'd never ask.
Any other calls, Laura?
Yeah, several. Right here.
Thank you. After you, Scorpio.
And Laura, please hold all calls, please.
Yes, I'll do that. Kelly's down there. Hello, Rose. It's Laura Baldwin. Yes, I'm just fine, thank you. By any chance, is Luke working this morning? He's not. No, I checked with him this morning because we usually carpool, but he was already gone. Look, I really need to talk to him. If you hear from him, have him call me at the office. Right, ELQ International. Please tell him that it's urgent.
I get questions, Alex, and that's not like you.
Maybe it's because I don't have your answers.
Maybe it's because you know how much I want them answered.
I thought you might like some coffee.
Well, I think under the circumstances, that might be nice. Edward?
Why not?
Black?
Yes, please.
I think I'll take mine black. Scorpio, do you still drink your coffee black?
I haven't changed, Alex.
Here you are. Mr. Quartermain, Mr. Quartermain.
Thank you, Laura. See that we're not disturbed again?
Yes, of course. I'll be right outside if you need me.
Well done, Alex. You have it programmed beautifully.
Well, she's not exactly computerized.
Laura's a very efficient person.
And quite bright, too, I'm sure. I mean, she'd have to be to fit in around here, wouldn't she?
I suppose she is.
That was a lead-in, Alex, for me to segue into how intelligent you are. Not to leave out you, and not to forget me.
Well, if you're so intelligent, why are you asking me questions about the Ice Princess? You know it had belonged to the Cassadines.
Had being the key word.
Verbal sparring, how fun.
I'd like to save my fun for other things. I want the Ice Princess, Alex.
Well, if it has anything to do with the Cassadines, it must be very expensive.
Oh, don't worry about that. I've had considerable good fortune since our last encounter in Hong Kong. I'm prepared to pay whatever the going price is for the Ice Princess.
Hello, Cassadines, Scorpio. I think they might be very angry to know that we are bantering over their property.
I'm quite willing to chance their anger. I'm also willing to chance their wrath, should they ever find out that I had the Ice Princess.
My, such a brave soul.
I'm not alone, my dear, because I'd bet my last $1 million that you've already taken on the Cassadines.
Well, I'd hate for you to go broke on my account.
I don't plan to. But if I'm right, you're going to need a little help. And I thought you might be interested, perhaps, in taking on a partner. Me, maybe.
Oh.
How about it?
How about it? Well, I say nothing, because I haven't the foggiest idea of what you're talking about.
What say we discuss this little nothing over dinner tonight? Quiet dinner for 2. Perhaps a quiet dinner for 3.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
All right, then. For 2, then. You have to understand, Mr. Quartermain, that we are old and dear friends.
All friendly enemies.
However you wish to look at it. I'll phone you with the time and place, Alex.
I'll be waiting.
It's been a pleasure, Mr. Quartermain.